Hey, I'm Roland Sands. Welcome to RSD. This is where we create, destroy, twist, change, modify, and do whatever is necessary to get an end result. And I did a lot of racing, and through my racing career I learned a lot about really how motorcycles truly work and how they work in a competitive environment. We did a lot with engineering and designing and lightening parts and twisting our motors so that they worked as well as possible. And a lot of that thought process, I try to bring that same thought process and that same critical thought process into what we design today. We have to figure out how to connect point A to point B and how to do it in the most stylish way possible. We do spend a lot of time in preparation and thought, and really just like sitting around and thinking about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. I find that with forethought comes a better finished product and less wasted time. So that's a tough thing when you're doing things that you haven't done before. If you get it wrong and you don't think about it prior to doing it, you end up with a pile of scrap, and that makes it expensive to do projects. So the better we are at figuring things out kind of ahead of time, the better we are at getting them done quickly and getting them done right. It's one thing to build a one-off prototype of something and something quick and dirty, and then it's another thing to actually stop and engineer a part, and one little part that you would think would be insignificant might take, quite a bit of time to figure out and get it right. The worst thing in the world you could do is make something that doesn't fit or doesn't work as advertised. I would prefer to spend more time up front to get it right and deliver a high-quality product that does the job that we want it to do. The key factors to an RSD bike are that they're as functional as they are aesthetically, cool to look at, and you can see that in the detail work of the bike. You can see the high-end, high-quality parts. You can see, I like to think you can see that race style that's been brought into each of the details of the parts. This project with Element came around and it was like iPhone cases, we've been approached before, but then when we saw the Element cases and we saw the attention to detail and the combination of finishes, and it was like all of a sudden we're looking at something that's really high end and uses composites and carbons and woods and billets and leather. So it was like all of a sudden all these elements that I love all smashed into an iPhone case. That's a pretty cool thing. If you want to have a bitchin' iPhone case, then the Element case is kind of where it's at.